something to say, something to say.
Alright everybody, RHouse21 here, and this is part 2 of my painting video. Now, last time around you guys saw that I just laid down 2 really thick brush coats of the liquid mask product onto the bodies here. And just to refresh everybody's memory, this is Ghost body. Right here, this is an Optima TF8 body that is a 4-car that I just sold on eBay. And this guy right here is a full-line Bulldog body, which is the body for Tre 2.0. Now, again, like I said, I laid down the liquid mask and put it on thick, and I'll splice in a screenshot of the difference here. As you can see, this stuff is like night and day difference from where it was before. And my experience with this stuff is that it actually, when I lay it on with the brush, it goes on really thick, and it actually needs a couple of days to dry out. But as you can see, it's nice, it's transparent, so it's it's made a pretty good coat on the inside of here. So now I can go back and I can use an X-Acto knife or box cutter knife, or whatever my desired cutting implement would be, to go ahead and transfer my design onto here and just start painting, right? Not quite. Well, even though the steps that I said are correct, there's a bunch of stuff that has to happen before you just start spraying paint on this stuff. Well, that's if you want to get a good quality result. So what I found is, like I said, when you get to this step, a lot of guys just want to go ahead and just get it done. So they just go and they just quickly hand sketch some stuff on here, say it's okay, and just knock it out. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But the way I look at it is, you paint a body once, so you might as well go ahead and take the time to make sure that you get the result that you're looking for. So usually when I do a body lately, I sit down and I've got a little bit of an artistic background, or more precisely, I've got more of a drafting background. So I'll just sit up and I'll do a sketch of the body. And this is a TF8. It's not perfect, but as you can see, it's not too bad. So I'll sit here, and in this case, I made a pencil drawing that I then inked over and then scanned it in, so I can use it as a reference for the future. But then so then I can just print out new copies of this whenever I want to lay out a new body. And then I'll do some hand sketches, and as you guys see right here, this is the hand sketched original for the Goose paint scheme. And those of you who follow me on Google Plus, you'll see that, like this right here, I posted a little while ago, while I was playing around with some more red, white, blue oriented schemes before I had the idea of just opening up the paint scheme to the purchaser of Ghost here. So, but what if you're not artistically gifted? If you're not, I realize that not everybody can sit down and freeform draw up a car. So in that case, I figured out another little trick, and I probably should post this as a quick tip, but this is part of why I'm doing this as a shorter video. I'm trying to learn a little bit from some of the other guys out there, and I don't necessarily have to have a 15-minute long video every time I want to have a tutorial. So again, what if you want to sit down to do a hand sketch and come up with your graphics layout, but you're not a very good artist, and you can't really sit down and freeform one of these things up by hand? Well, I figured out that just take a digital picture of your car, then using free image processing software. If you have Microsoft Office, Microsoft Office actually has a fairly decent image software package, or you can download something from online. There's tons of this stuff. Or even on your smartphone, you can just take it and put a filter on to make a black and white shot. So here, just took an image from my camera of the Bulldog body here, and I turned the color saturation all the way down, which basically made it into a black and white picture. Excuse me. And like I said, you can, if you have a smartphone, you can do the same thing, but just all the filters that come out there, all the things you crazy kids like to do on your phones. So then, now that I have this black and white image, you just print it out, and I made 2 copies so I can screw up possibly, and then have at it and just start sketching. And this right here, you can kind of make it out here, and I apologize because again, I did this to lay out the concept in my mind, not necessarily to make the best showing thing. But this is the paint scheme that the new owner of Tre 2.0 wanted me to try to transfer onto the body. Now, this is actually inspired by the paint scheme of a sport bike, and it's so just to kind of fill you in. So you've got black, metallic orange, and silver, and kind of just I think that it's a pretty sick outline. I'm really appreciative, that a part of the reason I did this whole thing was to give me a chance to step out of my comfort zone and come up with, designs that I might not necessarily try it on my own. And as I mentioned to the owner, the new owner of Ghost here, even though we're just using the same the Deuce paint scheme, the color combination that he wants on it is different, and something that I actually wanted to try and almost did for Ghost. I'm sorry, almost did for Deuce, but I'm pretty excited to see how that comes out. And in this case, with Tre, this is something completely new and different. So they're both exciting to me, and I was hoping to have everything laid out and be in paint right now. But life intercedes. This is a very busy weekend from the family perspective. But I think that everyone's probably more concerned about getting a good quality result than getting a fast result. So what's next? So now the next step, that I have my designs laid out. So again, a Deuce inspired theme over here, and the new Tre theme. So now I can lay on, and like I mentioned before, there's a layer of thin protective plastic that's over here on both of these bodies. So I can get a marker pen, and actually if you have it available, a dry erase marker pen may work well, because then you can erase the lines, and that's if you're still just like playing around and trying to come up with your concept. In my case, since I have the concept, I'm just going to lay it out with a permanent marker and just draw it out and get your design in. Then you can flip it over and use your knife. And I took this trick from Squirrel, but I mean, lots of people have done this as well. Use your knife, transfer the design in here, and by using the sharp tip and using a nice, even, smooth pressure, you score out all your different paint regions. And then when it's time to lay out your paint, you can just peel up the edge and peel off the region that you're about to paint, and then lay down the colors. And then in this case, it's a 3-color design. This is a 2-color design. So in this case, 3 color coats and then a white backing coat, and then let it cure for a while, and this thing's done. In this case, 2 color coats, white backing coat. I always like to use the white backing coat. There's 2 reasons. 1, it protects the paint. Number 2, it also, the white backing kind of helps the colors pop a little bit better too. You see some guys that just leave it with the regular color coat. Problem is, just leaving it that way, the colors are oftentimes a little bit translucent or transparent, so that you get a little bit of just light filtering through it. Having the white backing just makes it pop a little bit more. But you can play around with all sorts of things like that. There's a lot of guys out there who are more advanced with painting than I am. But just little tricks I've learned by watching other people's videos. Alright, so next installment, you'll actually see me laying out some paint. And I'll set up the GoPro on the tripod so that you can watch the entire process be laid down. And I hope you guys find these more bite-sized portions pretty nice, and a little bit more palatable than some of the half-hour long marathons I'm used to filming. All right, guys. Well, as always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Our House 21 signing off. And remember the mantra: fly, fix, fly, break it, fix it, and do it all over again. All right. See you guys for the next step. Peace.